Hey babes, welcome back to the O Show. Today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin law that was passed and approved in El Salvador. And we're also going to talk about the Solana ecosystem, and we're going to discuss what happened with Michael Saylor, Microstrategy, and Bitcoin, as I made a post about it last night. Let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you're subscribed. To celebrate Bitcoin law being passed in El Salvador, it looks like other government officials are starting to get on board. As we saw, the Lord Member of the Parliament from Tonga go ahead and get some laser eyes on, also a Bitcoin advocate in his profile. Before we talk about the new law in El Salvador, I just want to show you guys the Bitcoin law draft that was sent to Congress in El Salvador. It is 3 pages long. It is in plain, simple English, and it's very easy to understand. In the United States, you will not see any legal documents like this, especially when they're trying to pass a bill. Everything is in very strict, complex language, and for most people, they're not able to understand it. Heck, when I read SEC documents, sometimes I can't understand the verbiage that is being displayed in those either. So the fact that they are doing this, I'm absolutely impressed and amazed. Another pretty cool thing that occurred within El Salvador's Congress yesterday was that the Deputy of Republic of El Salvador, Diana Gonzalez, held up a printed out tweet from the Documenting Bitcoin account. It is so inspiring and amazing to see government officials pay attention to what's happening on Twitter and also use our content, his content, their content as a means to display a message. That's community. And of course, we have to view the famous front page cover about El Salvador and the Bitcoin law getting passed. Absolutely amazing, you guys. Congratulations. Now for the official story regarding El Salvador approving the Bitcoin law, which gives Bitcoin status as a legal tender in El Salvador. This story is from Decrypt. Some important things to note here. So, El Salvador is the first country in the world to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender, and the period for all institutions in the country to adapt to a new era in which Bitcoin circulates as currency among Salvadorians begin. That was a quote from the article. This article also states that exchange rates will fluctuate with the free market because Bitcoin is a free market and we do have a little bit of volatility. They're also going to be establishing the creation of a special trust for the Bank of El Salvador to ensure the exchange. There will also be no capital gains on trading cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. I think just Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is now the legal tender. They're making it very desirable for people to move to El Salvador, especially if you are a Bitcoin trader. Also, price will be expressed in Bitcoin or Satoshis, and Bitcoin has to be accepted at different places in El Salvador. The only exception to that is in very, very rural areas if the merchants do not have access to any electronic devices. Next, this article over here from 11 News, El Salvador now offers permanent residency for 3 Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the other things that are going to be happening in El Salvador in regards to this new law adopted. So, some basic points over here. So according to the president, the government is going to be launching a Bitcoin wallet for its citizens, and the people will be able to use any wallet. The country is also going to be running a trust fund, which will hold roughly 150 million worth of Bitcoin to kind of help offset the volatility and ensure that merchants won't take a risk. So after me reading this, because we talked about the volatility in the last story, I think that what they're going to do is if there's any sort of issue with the transaction or the fiat value decreases or whatnot, they're going to go ahead and compensate these merchants. It's going to be really, really easy or interesting to see actually what is going to happen with this and how El Salvador is going to solve this problem, because they're setting precedent for the rest of the world. Also, too, some more really cool things. He suggested that a mining facility could be set up to use geothermal energy from volcanoes. So they want to mine Bitcoin with volcanoes, which that's going to segue us into another story in a minute. And El Salvador expects other countries to follow El Salvador's example. He says fewer people will have the need to illegally immigrate to the U.S. Very, very interesting topic. We're not going to get into immigration here or politics, but I'm 100% here for this. Now that we had some positive news about Bitcoin, let's talk about some negative news that may not matter anymore. China's Qinghai province has ordered all crypto miners to shut down. So we all know there's a lot of areas in China that are mining a lot of Bitcoin. And a lot of people state that Bitcoin is centralized because of this. Guess what, guys? China can shut down all the Bitcoin mining they want to, but guess what? There's places like El Salvador that are going to pick up the slack. You watch. China keep doing this and see what happens. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. So yesterday I posted this tweet. I covered it on TikTok and I covered it on YouTube. Bitcoin Archive. MicroStrategy received 1.6 billion in orders for the offering in less than 24 hours, including interest from a large number of hedge funds. This is the actual story here from Decrypt. MicroStrategy ups Bitcoin bond sale to 500 million. Selling 400 million in corporate debt wasn't enough to meet investor demands. So basically he's going to go ahead and up this. And what this means, there's a lot of interest from people to go ahead and buy these bonds. And Michael Saylor is going to use the money from the bonds to buy more Bitcoin. Over here, the publicly traded company plans to use the revenue to purchase Bitcoin atop the 92,079 Bitcoin it already holds. Absolutely amazing. If you guys don't see how bullish this is, I can't even help you. The fact that MicroStrategy is here, they're advocating for Bitcoin, and a lot of these companies know what their plans are and they're supporting MicroStrategy. It's a win-win. More are going to follow. And also too, when we're talking about this past story here, and I talked about Economics 101, there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be made. And of course, human error has happened, so there's even less now. When you have a lot of demand for an item that doesn't have a whole lot of supply, generally price will be pushed up, and we're gonna see more events like this happen with Bitcoin. This next crypto story is not super fun. Stricter crypto laws will stifle innovation, says SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. She's been arguing this for a very, very long time, but now she came out with this quote from the article. The SEC commissioner warned that pursuing stricter regulatory policies eliminates the ability of market participants to carry out peer-to-peer transactions. Rather than emphasizing government regulations, Pierce advocates for industry-led regulatory activities. All of this stuff coming out of the United States and China that is negative for crypto, it's really not going to matter anymore because we're seeing a lot of countries, smaller countries, band together and be immensely bullish on Bitcoin. I'm here for it. All right, I know I have bored you to death about Bitcoin, but let's go ahead and talk about Solana because they are absolutely killing it. Crypto startup Solana raises $314 million to develop a faster blockchain. Solana's technology used in fast-growing area of decentralized finance, or DeFi, and this is from the Wall Street Journal. Now, taking a look at another really cool Solana ecosystem project, Solape. They were just listed on Blockful, you guys, and price has been going up consistently ever since. Solape is absolutely amazing. It is a project I recommend you check out. It's also something we called on our show quite a while ago. Follow the money here. Pay attention to the Solana ecosystem and their projects. I'm going to chart it for you now. This is the Solana chart, the daily chart. I told you I was buying underneath $40. No, I was not able to catch the bottom of $20, $19 here, but that's okay. $40 to me was immensely important because right when we flipped $40 into support, we consolidated, and that's when we were able to hit about $60 here. If Solana does dip underneath $40, I will buy more. However, taking a look at the current chart, we're holding nicely above $40. Taking a look at our 4-hour chart here, we're just kind of vibing. So me personally, just as long as we stay above $40, we should continue to climb up. We may see a little bit of volatility as we're testing this area of resistance at $43. And lastly, another important tidbit from Solana. This company, Figment, which I haven't done a whole lot of research yet, but they are saying here, the Solana Learn Pathway is the fastest way to learn how to build on Solana. Gain knowledge, complete tutorials, and earn SOL. It's that simple. And it's launching on June 15th. If this is something you're interested in, I highly recommend you pay attention, do your own due diligence here. But the fact that they're paying people to essentially learn how to build on Solana, I'm here for it. I think it's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.